everyone. This is Jim Self. I'm the composer of this music you're going to hear today. It's called Duh Suite. D-U-H. It's for two euphoniums and drums. And the two players today are Natalie Colgrove and Arisa Makita. And the drummer is a famous Los Angeles drummer, Kendall Kay. He's on many of my other albums. It was actually commissioned by Dennis Askew and Kelly O'Brien many years ago, maybe 15, 20 years ago. And they recorded it on an album for two tubas and drums. And then I was asked to do another euphonium version a while back, so I did that. And I happened to know these two very fine young ladies who are euphonium players, Natalie and Arisa. And one of the reasons I wanted them to do this music was because they have a really good sense of time, plus they're virtuosos, believe me. And this music is hard. The range is over 4 octaves. It goes from pedal Fs to double high Fs in both parts. So it's really challenging, technically and musically. Anyway, the title came about from my buddy Winston Morris, who's a Southerner, of course, and he speaks in this overly Southern way of doing things. And he came and met my stepdaughter, Yasma, and he called her Duh Yaz. That's how he said it. And so when Yasmin got married 20-some years ago, I wrote a piece for her wedding called Duh Yaz. And Duh Yaz was a samba. And we played it at her wedding at my house in Bassett Hall, the reception, and I had a little band, and I played with a little trio, and we played Duh Yaz. Anyway, when I get commissioned to do Duh Suite from these two tuba players, I decided to take Duh Yaz as one of the movements. And I always say to everybody, my titles are way funnier and way more better than my music, really. I'm joking, of course, but so my titles are kind of weird and out there, but memorable, I hope. Anyway, Duh Suite starts with, of course, movement 1, Duh intro. Very fast, going back between the drums and the two euphoniums, very fast scales up and down, and little rubato interludes between 3 or 4 of them, and it ends on a nice low F. Then we go to the second movement, which is one of my favorites, by the way. It's called Duh Odds, O-D-D-S, and it's called that because it's all odd meters, and it's constant 8 notes in the drums, all on 4 different tom-toms, just tom-toms. And it goes back between all these different meters, 3/4, 4/4, 5/8, 2/4, and it's got this pocket, groove pocket that goes with it. It's and a great drummer like Kendall Kay, it makes it feel just right. So and it's really fun to play, and it's constant playing for everybody, really. There's no measures of rest, and it's intense. There's some half-step dissonances on purpose, of course, and then ends up with this in 5/8. Okay, we go on to the third movement. Another one of my silly titles, Duh Fool Professors, F-O-O-L, kind of a play on college professor. Anyway, it's really a pretty ballad. It's slow and lots of little wide interval melodic lines between the two euphoniums, and the drums are mostly playing cymbals and little background things all the way through it, and it's got a nice groove to it, and it's just really cool and pretty. And then we go to the fourth movement called Duh Blooze, B-L-O-O-Z-E. It's a good old, what I call a shit-kicking blues. Just boom, be-doom, boom, swinging kind of a thing. Boom, be-doom, boom, 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 that kind of groove. And it's all these blues scale things and little things that the two euphoniums and the drums are playing mostly brushes and swinging it through the whole thing. And one of the reasons I asked Natalie and Arisa to do this recording is because I know that they are both have a really good sense of swing, and that's very unusual for euphonium players. Especially these two young women are really talented in many ways, and so it's going to be a real special recording. We're here at the studio, by the way, at Tritone Studio in Glendale with Tally Sherwood, my engineer. And we're going to lay this music down today, so you will be hearing things very soon about it. Anyway, so after Duh Blooze, we go to the fifth movement, which is Duh Yaz. And it's a samba. It's a kind of a weird samba in a way. It has one 7/8 bar in it. The rest of it's all a nice samba groove, and our drummer Kendall is so good at making these kind of things feel right. So, and this, again, it goes back and forth between all the instruments. And then the final movement, of course, is Duh KoDa. Duh KoDa, K-O-D-A. And it's just sort of like the first movement. Very fast, scale-like patterns going between the two instruments, and lots of high trills and stuff. It's and then with little interludes, and it ends up also a little bit like the odds with this beat it up, beat it up, beat it up, bum, that kind of a feel, and it's all in 5/8. It's a figure that I've used several times in some of my other pieces. But anyway, I hope you enjoy Duh Suite, and thank you very much.